Okay, we're going to skip ahead to lesson 8-4 on page 305 today. So we're going to go on to triangles, which we just put in our geometry books this week. So let's talk a little bit about triangles just to review. So we've got a prefix here, which you are familiar with. Tri means three. So it's easy to remember that a triangle has three angles and also three sides. Okay, but we can talk about the angles first. And we talked about the different ways to classify triangles. Okay, and angles is one of those ways. Okay, so if we were going to classify by angles, we're going to look at a right angle, which obviously has a right triangle, which has a right angle, an obtuse triangle, which has an obtuse angle, and an acute triangle, which always has three acute angles. Okay, because this one you'll notice has acute angles, but the qualifying criteria is the obtuse angle. So you can use letters to write and talk about triangles, which makes it easy. Okay, so if we were looking at this triangle, we would call it QRS. And just like our angles and lines, we're going to put a little symbol there so that the reader knows we're talking about a triangle. So let's talk about the three angles and what type they are. So let's look at this angle first. Okay, so if I'm going to look at this angle, I'm going to name it. Remember, the vertex always comes in the middle. So I can call this angle SQR or RQS. So I'm going to name the angle SQR. So that's the name of the angle. And then I want to tell its type. So this angle, if I were to put up my little trusty sticky note to see if it's a corner, I can see that it's less than that. So it's less than 90 degrees. It's going to be a cute little angle. All right, let's look at this one next. So if this is my vertex, it's going to come in the middle. So the name of this angle is going to be QSR or RSQ. But S has to be in the middle because it's the vertex. If I look at this little angle, I can see, oh, look, if this was a corner, this is definitely less than 90 degrees. So this is another cute little angle. Okay, and then lastly, we have this angle. We can already see what type of angle it is, but let's give it a name. So R is the vertex. R has to come in the middle. So we're going to call it QRS or SRQ. But R has to be in the middle. And we can see easily that this is a right angle. Okay, so because triangle QRS has a right angle, it is a right triangle. That's it. One right angle, it has to be a right triangle. So it is a right triangle because it has a right angle. Right angle. And we could even say angle QRS if we wanted to be specific. Okay, now it's your turn. In number 3, will you draw and label 3? You're going to need 3 triangles. You need a right triangle, an acute triangle, and an obtuse triangle. Okay? All right. And then I'll get you started on this page, and then we'll check it all in our next video. So this says, name each triangle by its angles and explain your thinking. Okay, so we're going to look for right angles and obtuse angles and acute angles, but we also have to remember that if it has acute angle, then it has to have 3, or if it's acute triangle, it has to have 3 acute angles. So let's look at this. This one looks acute, this one looks acute, this one looks acute. I could check them with my sticky note corner if I wanted to be precise, but they're all 3 acute. So I'm going to call this an acute triangle. And when it says explain your thinking, think because, and I'm going to say because there are 3 acute angles. So let's do one more just so you can see. We've already done the right triangle. Spoiler alert. Let's look at this one. So this is a teeny tiny little cute angle. This one is a little cute angle, but this one looks really big. So if I put my corner up there, I can see, oh my gosh, it's much bigger than 90 degrees, because 90 degrees would be like here. Okay, so this one is an obtuse angle, which makes this an obtuse triangle. And so when I explain my reasoning, I'm going to say that's because it has one obtuse angle. All right, I'm going to give you some time to draw your 3 triangles here on page 305, and then finish up labeling these triangles for 306. And when you start part 2 video, I will we'll go through the answers.